Well, Duke was, I think, one of the teams played.
Oh, okay.
And Duke, I believe, and this may be wrong, Duke had been unscored on and undefeated the whole year. But I think they lost 7-0. I have to go back. So they picked one of the teams that was in it. I don't remember who the other team was. But Duke Stadium
That's
was a
when,
pretty good stadium at that.
so like that's when defense won games, huh?
Yeah. Wallace Wade Stadium. It's pretty cool. It's a very old stadium. Right on campus, right there. Have you ever been to Duke?
You know what? Yes. I used to go to a tennis tournament there for years, and Coach K, and I guess it was benefit Duke's Hospital there.
Sure. You know what? That's how I got to know Duke. I played in a tennis tournament my junior year of high school in the summer.
Okay.
So we go down to Duke to play in this. It was at that time it was the National Private School Championships. So it was a great way for Duke to showcase Duke because they had all these tennis players from all over the country. We'd come down in May. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I said, this is where I want to go to school, and then I was lucky enough to get there. Yeah.
No, they didn't recruit me.
No?
No.
I don't think they had a football team good enough for you.
No, I don't think Penn State, Notre Dame, Syracuse.
Excuse my ignorance, were you a top recruit in high school, or were you?
I mean, I don't know how they measured me out of high school, but I went to most of the major schools. Like, as I said, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Cornell, Maryland, a lot of schools in that area, and it came down to like Penn State, Michigan, and Cornell. Then I wanted to study hotel and food management, so it came down to Penn State and Cornell, but then Penn State had the
little better football.
Little better football, yeah.
What was Joe Marinaro? Was that what his name?
Ed Marinaro.
Ed Marinaro.
So it would have been interesting because if I went to Cornell, I would have played 4 years with Ed Marinaro, but ended up I went to Penn State, played 4 years with Lydell Mitchell.
Right.
So
Ed Marinaro was the same year as you?
Same years, yeah.
Then he went on to be like a movie star, didn't he? Was he in movies?
Yeah, he played, I think, 1 or 2 years in the NFL with Minnesota. And
number 47, I think his number was that. I remember numbers.
What was my number?
You're number 32. Come on.
Okay, just testing you.
I mean, Emerson Boozer was 32 also, and so were you.
What was my high school number?
I don't know your high school number. I don't know.
My Penn State number.
32?
No.
Your Penn State, your Penn State number. I know professionally.
34.
34?
High school was 32. Just so you know now.
All right. Okay. All right, so we rolling? Okay. Sir,
I'm going to quiz you on that later on.
Can you tell me your name and who you are? Tell me your name.
My name is Franco Harris. Grew up in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Went to college, Penn State University, played under the great Joe Paterno. From there, went to Pittsburgh and played for the Pittsburgh Steelers and played under the great Chuck Noll. And been wandering ever since.
Tell me one more time. Just tell me your name, right? Because I don't think people know who you are.
Oh, I know. I was just fooling.
So just.
Oh, I'm wasting your film. I'm sorry. Okay.
She may not know who you are. So just tell me your name.
Franco Harris.
Or my name is Franco.
Okay. My name is Franco Harris.
How do you? Why are we here? In other words, I don't really know how you know Renee, how you know the Powells, how you got involved in Clearview. If you could explain it.
Well, first of all, I think people would find it very odd that I would be here talking about golf. They know that I'm definitely not a great golfer. I still have to learn the game, but I guess from what I understand, no one quite masters the game. But in sports, there are a lot of interesting moments and moments that have a big impact on the whole game itself. And so one of those moments I took an interest in, and with that it helped me get more into the game and understand the game more.
What moment was interesting to you?
I had I guess you would say, a awakening when I was playing in the Dinah Shore Nabisco golf tournament, and they introduced this lady named Renee Powell, and they showed a little bit of her history, and they mentioned a little bit of history of her father, and then I found out that they were in Canton, Ohio. And that was a shocker to me, because I said to myself, well, this is only a 2-hour drive from where I live. And it seems like from the little bit I learned tonight that this family had a big impact on golf in a big way. And why haven't I ever heard about this family that was just a 2-hour drive away? And I said, wow, Franco, in the world of sports, that's not acceptable. We should know more about the history of it, even though, as I said, golf is probably the least studied of my sports, and where I don't play it on a regular basis, but I really did start to really appreciate it and love the game for what it is. And so I said, you know what, I need to make a visit there. It's only 2 hours away, and learn a little bit more about Mr. Powell and Renee and Clearview, and then also I met her brother Larry.
What's so amazing about, to you, you said, you know, they did amazing, I think you said amazing things or great things in golf. What is it that's so great? Why was what he did so important?
There are moments along the way, I guess for all of us, that really gets to be, how do I want to say it, where it's a moment that's very impactful off the field, where there are other elements that enter into the picture. And with Mr. Powell, that was part of the case, where it's part of the game, but there's a bigger social impact. There's a bigger historical impact. And that really changes things and sets some things in a different direction. And the more I learned about Clearview and about Mr. Powell, and then when you look at the people involved and just how great and how beautiful the people are, that also enters into your interest into what you're seeing.
But admittedly, you're not into golf. You know, you're not a golfer. You like to play the game, but you're not a golfer. Why was what Mr. Powell Why is what he did so important to you?
Well, in sports, we always find, we always face tough moments, big moments. And what you do in those moments are very, very important. In the golfing world, the whole social element seems to be something that is always given a lot of focus. People always look at, well, it takes money to play golf, that it's more an exclusive game, that there was and seems to be more separation in golf than a lot of other sports at this time, and just didn't realize that this little guy so far back started his own.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, believe me. Like.
Sorry, man. That was good though.
Believe